The Phantom Lady is scary. In fact, she might be the most powerful human character in all of DC that doesn't use magic. Her tech is insanely versatile, and as you will soon see, she has one of the higher on-panel body counts that you will find in the DC universe, and by the end of this video, you'll probably come to fear her as well. In this video, I'll focus on breaking down her more recent incarnations, mainly being the Stormy Night version, but also in one of the retelling Elseworlds where the freedom fighters are fighting the Nazis who have taken over. So who is the Phantom Lady? Not to be confused with Phantom Girl from the Legion of Superheroes, Phantom Lady is actually a super science hero as opposed to a intangible alien, and she most often fights for the Freedom Fighters team. The Freedom Fighters are teams of specifically American superheroes who are led by Uncle Sam, a low-level reality warper whose goal is to protect the freedom and rights of all Americans. The Freedom Fighters were conceived to fight wars and do any acts necessary to preserve freedom. This means they do not have the concept of a no-kill rule and will often use lethal force on opponents if they deem them to be a threat to the team or to democracy. This is important to understand, and it's a big reason to why I believe Phantom Lady to be one of the most powerful human characters, because in character, the Phantom Lady does not hold back. She does not often feel out fights or wait to see what her opponents can do. If she thinks you're a threat, she'll take you out quickly and efficiently in almost every variation of the character. But let's get into how by discussing her powers and abilities. Phantom Lady is a super genius, with her specialty being in quantum physics. She's also a trained fighter and soldier. She utilizes her extensive knowledge to access higher dimensions and different forms of energy through her black light bands. These bands offer her near a perfect combination of offense and defense. You may have noticed her rather revealing outfit, and this is actually intentional for Phantom Lady's later incarnations, as she states that she often presents herself as others want to see her in order to get her enemies to let their guards down. You see, Phantom Lady doesn't need any fancy armor or protective gear, because her main ability and the reason for her namesake is her trademark intangibility. Using her blacklight bands, she can passively exist in the fourth dimension however long she wants, and in this state, nothing from the third dimension can interact with her. She can even launch attacks of black light from her bands while staying completely intangible. This alone makes her pretty unbeatable by about 90% of characters. Now, what is this black light? The black light is a gateway to the fourth dimension that can be used for a variety of effects. The black light can teleport anything it touches to the fourth dimension, and if the Phantom Lady desires, she can easily teleport just a portion of your body, which in most cases leads to instant death. We have also seen the blacklight bands used to destabilize whatever shined on it when she wants to go less lethal, turning weapons into goo or damaging body parts while keeping them intact. One of her cruelest and deadliest abilities is her ability to invert anything that's hit by the black light, literally reversing the cells inside and out, which can kill almost any being without a massive healing factor. We actually see her use this ability to devastating effect on clones of Plastic Man in Freedom Fighters Rise of a Nation, where she actually inverts multiple Plastic Men, putting their organs outside of their body, causing them to be unable to properly reform and die instantly. On top of these abilities, her blacklight bands also give her perfect options for stealth and infiltration. While in the fourth dimension, she can choose how well she is perceived, able to become essentially invisible if she chooses. She also becomes tied to the fourth dimension, which has different laws of physics, allowing her to do things like float or appear to fly. This is how you get moments where she can jump out of a plane unassisted and fall gracefully to the ground. Her blacklight bands can also shoot other forms of energy. She can shine a variation of the blacklight to use it as an X-ray that will allow her to see through walls, which is also great for infiltration. And it's also implied by Uncle Sam that she has limited abilities to travel through time with proper navigation of the fourth dimension, though I don't believe we've actually seen this on the page. Phantom Lady's main way to navigate is using wormholes that she can make through the fourth dimension by either navigating while focusing on a target she has in mind, or while already knowing her intended destination and calculating where the portal should open. One thing to pick up on here is that even with the blacklight bands, you wouldn't inherently know how to navigate the fourth dimension the way the Phantom Lady does. So if an enemy stole her gauntlet somehow, they would likely be much more limited in their abilities to create portals and teleport than Stormy Night would. It would probably take another super genius like Lex Luthor or Mr. Terrific to even properly use her main weapon. This extensive knowledge of how her technology works adds just another level to how dangerous she is as a character, because even if she was sent to the fourth dimension unassisted, she could probably navigate it herself until she found a way out, whereas others certainly would not be able to. Phantom Lady's ability to create portals is so extensive that she can even create portals to objects in distant space with ease. She is even shown to be able to create multiple portals with enough precision to catch and redirect falling debris. Her most impressive portal feat was seen when she used her portals to defeat the Cosmogods. The Cosmogods are visually similar to Celestials, and they were supposed to invoke a similar threat level, as Uncle Sam himself was not sure he would be able to defeat them at his current power level. Phantom Lady wipes out the Cosmogods with relative ease by creating a portal directly to an existing dark hole atop the Cosmogods' heads, and then immediately closing the portal, ripping off the gods' heads and killing them instantly. This basically establishes that any character that cannot survive a black hole is beneath her in power. Given that the laws of physics are different in the fourth dimension, she probably could survive destroying the entire planet by having it sucked into a black hole. Think about that. This woman is horrifying. To be fair, we've never seen this done, but the writing is on the wall here. It's likely it could be done. And this final feat of closing the portals atop the god's head somewhat ironically brings us to one of her last and most destructive powers that is a lot easier for her to make use of, and that ability is simply closing a portal over a body. Phantom Lady is seen killing multiple people with this ability. By placing a portal anywhere on the body and then closing it, she can turn that warp space-time into a perfect blade, bisecting anything between the portals. Because the portal can literally be to anywhere, she doesn't need to spend any amount of time calculating the relative position of what she wants to teleport like she does with the black hole. This ability also ignores superhuman strength and feats of durability. She is seen bisecting a superhumanly durable and super strong meta with this ability, and she does this while intoxicated. And another way she's used this feat that is debatably even more impressive is when the Phantom Lady beheads multiple Plastic Man clones to kill them instantly. While it's up for debate if this would kill a mainline Plastic Man, it's shown that elasticity is not an adequate defense against this blade. You would have to literally be able to control space-time or have some level of dimensional manipulation to be able to resist this attack. Since it's literally warping space, armor or strength is irrelevant to the ability, and this truly makes her a character to be feared. Theoretically, the only reason this probably wouldn't work against Superman is just that he'd be fast enough to pull his arm out of the portal, but it would surely go through even Superman level of defense. That being said though, on top of everything, you have to remember her attacks are actually very fast. For Phantom Lady, shining a light on you is enough to allow her to win the fight, and this is shown in many instances, and it's depicted as quick as you'd expect, the speed of light. As soon as the black light touches what she intends, it's essentially over for whatever object is caught in the light beam. With her combined kit, she is truly a force that is difficult for any character to stop, and we should all be happy that in the DC universe, she's on our side. Phantom Lady in her appearances is often the sleeper pocket character that the team leans on, and this is outside of men who are empowered by gods and other characters who are actually living light that can move at light speed and project massive amounts of energy. It's Phantom Lady that they look to get the job done when things are going south. And I think after breaking down all this character's abilities, you can see why. She's an extremely powerful character that deserves the spotlight, but with that, I'll end the video here. This is the first of what I hope will be a recurring seasonal video where I go over a lesser known character that is so strong in comics that it's scary. The Freedom Fighters is an underrated DC team that doesn't get enough love, and in my opinion is probably the second in overall power to the Justice League in the DC universe. Strong words, I know, but if you want to see my reasoning sometime, continue following the channel, leave the video a like, and let me know in the comment below if you are aware of how broken Phantom Lady actually is. And yeah, I'll catch y'all next time. Monster Man out.